guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm with Jane and we are going to be talking about anxiety. So Jane today, no. Let's start well. Please introduce yourself to my viewers.
Okay, hi guys, my name is Jane Yin. I'm 24. I'm from Cyprus. Currently living in Accra. I work here, and I'm almost done with my masters. Did you know that?
I think you told me about it the last time and I was congratulating you.
Really?
But I don't know what you told me what you mastered in, but I've forgotten.
Development communication.
I don't know what that is, but if you've done your masters at what age?
24.
24. You grand down 26, but I've not done my masters, so she's a shark.
And I'm almost done, and I'm currently working with an engineering company. I'm a client relations officer there. And yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
I do. I have a lot of questions for you. This is just a little backstory as to how I met Jane. I met Jane through a photograph. My brother.
I talked to you on Instagram first.
No, but before I had seen your pictures on Instagram. My brother is a photographer. Yeah. What's his Instagram handle?
So put it down.
Yeah, I'll put it there so that I check him out. And I saw her in some of the pictures, and I was saying in my head, where did Adam get this nice girl from to be his model? I was just wondering, and I didn't say anything. I thought maybe I'll never ever meet you in real life. Yeah. You'll just be in the picture forever. Then when she saw my channel, All Things Bipolar Disorder, she said she wanted to come on the channel, and I was so impressed, like, with your boldness, because I'm with a lot of mental health advocates. And not everyone wants to come out and share their story. Yeah. So if someone who is not doing mental health advocacy wants to share their story on my channel, it's a huge deal to me. Like, it's an honor, and you will help so many more people, because the mental health condition she lives with, or used to live with,
and still manage it.
Yes, I haven't been through it, and I'm also going to learn so much today.
So how I met you though, I knew you like in level 100 as one of my best friends' sisters.
Oh
yeah. The brother is my best friend.
Yes, Adam. And Adam never came to introduce you to me,
sadly.
Okay, so Jane has also, as we were walking through campus, she was telling me more about how I never knew how close she and my brother were. And from what she told me, I was really grateful that she has been there for my brother, because I've been an evil sister. So God knew and gave my brother another sister who will be very, very nice to you. So what's the name of the mental health condition you've been diagnosed?
So,
or you were diagnosed
3 years ago, when I went to see the doctor, the psychologist, they told me it was anxiety disorder.
Okay.
But we have different types of anxiety disorder. So this one was more of a panic disorder.
Okay.
So that's the clinical name for it.
Panic disorder.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I thought anxiety was just one. But I started reading today and I realized there were different types.
Many different types.
Yeah, so yours is panic disorder.
Yeah.
Okay, so what were like your symptoms that made you know that, I have anxiety, or I need to see a psychologist?
So I'll have to say the story.
Yes, please tell me.
So 3 years ago, I went to visit my dad in China. When I came back, I was in a very bad relationship, very unhealthy relationship.
Thank God you're out.
I was living on my own. Like, I'd moved from where I was living on my own. Everything was new for me. And then
living on your own in Ghana?
Yeah,
okay.
In Accra here. And a time came when, like, I would start overthinking things. Okay. So when this happens, then I start feeling very anxious. I was nervous all the time. I'll feel like vomiting, like the physical symptoms. I'll feel like vomiting. My palms will be sweaty, and I'll be very cold. So this is like someone who's maybe very sick. Okay. And then mentally, it was like I just couldn't live with myself. at night I couldn't sleep at all. So I just thought, okay, maybe it's because of the things I'm going through, the negative experiences I'm facing. So I didn't take it as a big deal. Then one time I went to visit my friend. Uh, he lives in Tema, and I was staying around Odoa. So when I was coming back, I was in a trotro, and then one of the things that
Okay, so
triggered me,
those who don't know,
trotro
trotro
is
is
a
like
bus.
yeah, commercial bus
Yeah.
in Ghana.
um, one of the things that triggered me is being in a big crowd with people. I don't know, like there's nobody I know, and I'm the only person there. It really makes me feel very
Anxious.
anxious, and it's
Scared,
like
worried.
scared. Everything is closing in on me, and it didn't used to be like that. So I was like, why is this happening? So I was sitting in the trotro, and it started getting very cold, and my mind was giving me all these negative things like, you don't deserve to. Why are you feeling like this? Why can't you just relax? Why are you always feeling anxious and nervous? And I was literally shaking.
Wow.
That's when I knew, oh my god, this is fucked up. What if I die? You
What
know?
if you die?
So I just when we got to around UPSA, close to Pence, I told the driver I want to get down. I told the trucker, the mate, that I want to get down. And he was like, "Ah, you can't get down here." I was like, "I just want to get down." At that time, I was already crying. Like I was really crying. So I got down. I was standing in the middle of the street. I didn't know what to do. Very true. And I was sick. Then I called a friend of mine up here. And I cried and cried and cried. And that's when I was like, I have to call my dad. Because my big sister is a medical doctor. And she said this might be an anxiety issue. So I have to sort it. And that's when I did. But at first, I didn't take it serious.
You didn't take it serious.
Yeah.
Why didn't you take it serious?
Because I wasn't used. You know how we play with mental health? We don't think it's something that's like
Africa.
actually serious.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who I was going to talk to about it that would believe me that this is something I'm going through.
So, like, how long was it this period when you started experiencing the symptoms till when you went to actually see a doctor?
This took like almost 6 months.
Okay.
So when I talked to my dad, and then he talked to my sister, and they were like, "Okay, I should go see a therapist." And yeah, and I saw the therapist for like just 2 months. And
You saw improvement.
yeah, I was like, much more. I think at the end of the day, we all need someone to listen to us, someone who understand what we're going through and not maybe judge us. And that helped a lot.
Yeah.
I was also on medicine.
Okay. What medication? Like, what do the medications do for you?
There are ones that help you to relax. I've forgotten their names, but
They are not sedatives.
more or less to a point, sedatives to help you sleep. There are ones for sleeping, and then maybe when you're at a public place and get
A panic
attack, it kind of comes. At the end of the day, they're all sedatives. That's why I didn't like them, because they made me very drowsy and sleepy most of the time. But they helped. So
actually, I read that with anxiety, if you don't treat it early, it will worsen.
yeah.
Wow.
You get more nervous and more nervous, and people might get suicidal.
Yeah, and it starts
because it puts negative thoughts in your head, like people are normal, people are walking around relaxed. Why can't you relax? And you start to feel different.
There's something actually wrong with you,
but it's all in your head.
Okay. So, have you ever been stigmatized because of your anxiety? Like, has anyone treated you badly? Oh, that's the girl with panic disorder. Any family member, any friend, like any story?
I think this is the first time most of my friends will actually know about this.
Oh, I'm about to make it public.
I know, 'cause literally nobody knew except my dad, my sister, and maybe my brother, because there were times when I'll flip out in front of him as well. But even my mom, so I wouldn't call it stigmatization, but when I told my mom about it, she wanted us to pray about it and go and see a pastor.
That's the African.
Yeah. And I don't blame her, because she's not educated or something like that. So I wouldn't blame her. But apart from that, not a lot of people know. then again, I didn't want to tell people because I didn't also want
To
to.
be stigmatized.
There were a
Both
lot
to
of
treat you
times
differently.
when I would go to parties. I like going out a lot. I'll go out
Of
with my
course, with
friends.
nice hair, nice skin. Why won't you go out?
I'll go out with my friend, and it's like I have a battery inside me, so I'll be there, and the battery just run out, and then I don't feel like being there anymore. I don't feel like talking to anyone anymore. I just want to go back to the house. So I didn't want to tell people about it, so they will maybe feel pity for me or also see me differently. Yeah, and I started withdrawing from a lot of my friends. So I wasn't talking so much to my friends. They will notice maybe I wouldn't want to go out with them and stuff like
But
that.
they didn't also ask, why is it that every time you want to go out, you say you don't?
I just bring up really good excuses.
So those who are watching will know.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But it was for your own protection and your own sanity.
Yeah.
I believe, like in everything, after God, you come first. Yeah, so it's very, very important. So, how did your family and your friends support you with your condition?
Luckily for me, my dad is from a medical background, and my older sister, as I said. So seeing a therapist is nowhere close to easy in Ghana. It's really expensive.
Yeah, very, very expensive.
Very expensive.
Very expensive.
And I was going for like almost twice every week. So twice every week for 2 months, and every session cost a lot. So I feel like my family supported me in that way,
Financially, so that you get better.
and where they were also able to understand me and then even help me to go see someone. That's a big step. But as I said, I didn't really tell my friends. But when I was going through something, sometimes I'll call a friend and talk to them for a really long time. They didn't know I was going through something like that. Yeah. But I was just using them to kind of forget what I'm going through.
Yeah, I also read that when you have anxiety, that's one of the ways for you to feel better.
Yeah.
Talking to people, it helps you to feel better. And then, Jane, there was something we discussed before this interview. You said you really wanted to talk about something. And what she asked, like what she told me she wanted to talk about is like why people don't really take anxiety seriously. That's one thing on her heart she wants to talk about. So why do you think people don't take anxiety seriously?
Not even only anxiety, but
mental
health in general.
Yeah,
it's very, very bad the way Ghana and Africa we downplay it because we don't see it as, we only see sickness as when it's physical. So if something is wrong in my hand, that's when you are not well, and that's when you need to see a doctor. We don't know what's going on up here. Even just being sad can be a form of mental health. And it can lead to depression. So I just wish there was more education on it. It's from schools and everywhere. Families are taught about it, and even right now, ignorance is an excuse. When you're sitting there, and you can also learn. You can also learn about even if you're not going through anything, because someone around you might be, and you'll be able to know how to help them and be a better person overall. But it's very sad how it's downplayed here, especially when it comes to mental health of men.
Oh, that's so
we live in a patriarchy system, and they don't think
you're supposed to be strong.
Feelings. Yeah, it's very.
Men don't cry. You're a guy.
Yes. So it's sad.
Yes.
But for me, I'm doing my little part, like with my brother. If he's going through something, I tell him it's okay to express yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make you less of a human being. I just wish more people would learn about it, know about it, help others who are going through it.
So, what advice do you have for someone who may be experiencing symptoms of anxiety? Maybe the person has gone and has been diagnosed and is in denial. I don't have anxiety. I don't believe I have it. Or like somebody is really, really, really struggling. Like is trying very, very hard. It's because I know it wasn't a walk in the park.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
I mean, if once you feel like something is wrong, don't think it's all in your head and you're just imagining things. It's real. And number one is acceptance. once you accept that, okay, something is not okay with me, and number two, saying that, okay, I need help, accepting the fact that you need help. So the symptoms, there are a lot, and you can also I won't say Google your symptoms. Google your symptoms is not the best, but just read on it and see, okay, what I'm going through, what could it be, and also seek for like medical help. That's the best thing. Once you feel like something is wrong, if you're privileged enough to have enough money, please try and seek like.
And even if you are
medical
not
help.
privileged, please get your family members, your
Yes.
friends, contribute
Your, if
something
you
for
are a
you.
spiritual person, your pet or something like that, because people like that are always ready to help. And make sure you definitely do help. So for me, recently, whenever I feel like I have something like that coming, I've mastered this way of just sitting through it. So if I'm going through the thing, like I'm feeling very anxious, I just sit through it. I tell myself it's very temporary. It's never permanent. So I just sit through it and maybe meditate. I don't know. Do you meditate?
It depends on the type of
But,
meditation.
yeah.
Because okay, I meditate on God's word. Like
Yeah.
I think about, like, let's say this morning, for example, I had my quiet time and I learned about the power of God's word. So during the day, I intentionally play it back. Oh, okay, God's word is very powerful.
Yeah.
That means as I'm doing anything, even coming to record, I prayed. God's word is powerful, even though we suffered and everything.
Yeah.
God's word is still powerful. Like that's how I meditate. Meditation is like worrying about the right thing.
Yeah.
It's a form of
It's
worry.
keeping the right things in
Yeah.
your head and then
Yeah.
clearing all the other
Yeah.
stuff out. So
Yeah.
if you can do that, it would help.
Anybody
A
who
lot.
can worry, you can meditate.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically that's it. And then sometimes I have a book. So if I'm feeling some type of way, I sit down and I intentionally start writing how I'm feeling. And then
It's therapeutic.
yeah, very therapeutic. You can talk to friends, can listen to music. But if you know it's getting out of hand,
Please go to the
reach
doctor.
reach out because it can get really bad. We don't want to get to that point. I have a lot of friends. When I started opening up about this to some of my friends, I realized they also went through the same thing. And
You
some of my
had
friends
no idea.
also went for therapy. So, and don't feel like, oh, something is wrong with you, so that means you're not
Normal
okay,
or something.
Yeah.
And then what advice would you give to people out there, like the public, about mental health in general?
Yeah, as I said before, ignorance right now is really not an excuse. You have the internet and you can learn so much from there. So because of what I went through, I started looking at other forms of
Mental health conditions.
mental health conditions, reading about them, just in case if maybe my brother is going through something like that, I will know how to deal with him. So please just make a conscious effort, especially with people who have partners who are going through like stuff like that. It's very important because it can make or break a relationship.
Yeah, it does.
You know?
Mental health like problems, they affect your sense of judgment, your relationships, your work. So if someone is not feeling right in their mind, the next thing they are destroying is the people
Imagine
around
being
them and the
in a
things
relationship with someone who has OCD. You know,
Exactly.
people don't think OCD
that
is
OCD is obsessive compulsive
Yeah.
disorder.
People don't take it. People think it's just someone who wants everything clean, but it's also like gets into people's heads. So if you are in a relationship with someone who's like that, you wouldn't know how to be with them unless you learn about it.
Yeah.
So just make conscious efforts to
Just imagine being in the house with someone who wants the television volume on 13 all the time, and you come and change it to like 20. They wouldn't understand you and you think they are crazy.
Yeah.
But if you go and read about it, or you and your partner go for therapy together, you'll really be able to understand them. So we've come to the end of all things anxiety. We'll have Jane again once again on the channel.
You have your brother.
My brother. Oh yes, my family members will come on the channel one of these days. So yeah, she wait out. Don't wait out. Like they'll come. Don't worry, they'll come. So if you have any questions for Jane, you can drop them in the comment section. I'm going to put her Instagram handle.
Oh, I
Then
have a YouTube channel as well.
oh,
Yeah, we didn't even
really?
talk about that. But I've not
fellow
posted in a
YouTuber.
while. I've not posted in a while. I'll start soon. 'Cause I
Okay,
was-
so I'll put her YouTube link to in the description
Yeah.
box. And thank you so much for coming.
And I
Jane.
want to say something. I want to
Please
say like
say.
I'm really proud of you for all the stuff that
Oh.
you're doing. Like maybe you may think not so many people, a lot of people are watching. You know, a lot of people like are drawing inspiration from you. And
Oh,
the
praise
things
the Lord.
you do every day. So like just don't give up and please do you, because a lot of us
I'ma do me.
we're
Yeah.
looking at you.
I'ma do me. So we'll be back next week again. Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you
Oh,
for
subscribe.
watching.
Right?
Yeah, and subscribe to Jane's channels. Bye.